like to say about the University for Peace that comes back to you?
Well, what comes back to me is that the last thing which I was doing very strongly was to tell the United Nations, the leader of it in particular, to get this out completely and to have only what people do in various places of the world.
Right.
And they have no need to go to a United Nations to be sorted out.
Right. So people should solve their problems at home if they can.
Yeah,
Create a new education for a better world.
Exactly, absolutely. And it's not only that they can, that they must.
They must. Well, that's why you wrote 7,000 Ideas and Dreams for a Better World.
That's right.
And that's why you wrote New Genesis, The Birth of a Global Spirituality. That's why you wrote Most of All, They Taught Me Happiness. I mean, your list of books that you've written have recorded the history that you have lived in your 86 years. And I was thinking this morning about our property in Costa Rica and about the legend of Mount Rasur, and realizing that I married you because I'm an educator, and when I married you I realized that part of my dream is for all children to be happy. Well, all children on the planet can't be happy if they don't have peace, if they have to be a victim of war. It's not right. Every human being is a miracle, and it's a sacred duty as an adult to be sure that these miracles are happy with the right education. And then whenever I was reading today about our legend of Mount Rasur from our property in Costa Rica, and I was remembering that you told me this story, that one day the Costa Ricans were having a picnic and the children disappeared. The parents were very worried, but they heard the sound of music and laughter, and that kind of made them not so afraid. And as they climbed the mountain where they heard the music and the laughter, a ray of sorts stopped them and they couldn't progress. They just stood there, but they kept hearing the music and the laughter of children. And then pretty soon, from the top of the mountain, the Mount Rasur, right near our little cabin in Costa Rica, the children started to walk down the mountain laughing. Their parents said, "Where have you been?" "Oh, we've been with the god of Rasur." And he said that we have a responsibility to nature, that we have to protect all the plants, the animals, and humans from wars and strife, and to make sure that peace will go from this mountain to the entire planet.
If you get me the way of having one more recommendation for the entire world, and that is not easy. In other words, we have a United Nations for this, we have
a United Religions now.
Every government has something like this, but what we need is the birth of a unity.
A united world, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, of the entire world.
Right.
Where they would get together and say, what do we do and what do we not do?
Right.
And what should we do? And it doesn't matter that I'm a Frenchman or a German or so-and-so. What is important is the imbecility of tomorrow. What can we do have for tomorrow, and submit ourselves, not even submit it, but to give ourselves to the construction of a world in which you have at the top an organization that speaks for the entire world.
Oh, it's so
that
beautiful.
does not exist today.
Right.
You see, it should be a BP, a new place. It has to be created, you know, because now they are all back home and very happy. Oh yes, we have now an organization with Paris, we have an organization for this, but the question is that and who is caring for the world as a whole, nobody will be saying anything.
That's lovely, Robert.
That's it.